For our first mission, we're going to do walkout throwing knife kills. A lot of the missions will hand it to you in the challenges. You just have to look for the items and routes that will optimize your mission. With this one, there are 4 knives, 2 are in equipment chests, and 2 are wielded by henchmen. With some of the playthroughs, S rank is rather hard to get when doing the challenges. For this one though, it's rather easy. For this overview, you can see I stuck to the left, I utilized the henchman knives, and about halfway I swapped out my pistol to utilize the max ammo. Next up we have melee kills only. The challenge with this one is throwing knife kills do not count as melee kills, so you have to get close and personal and bob and weave to keep your health up. The challenge I ran into is that I did not utilize my knife charges really well. As you can see, there was a guy on the floor. I chose to knife him rather than kick him. That would have been a free kill, and I wouldn't have gotten stuck on the last guy right before I pick up my last knife. For the overview, I stuck to the same path as the first run. Not much difference here. Up next we have tete-a-tete. We have to kill all enemies. As you can see, I utilize exploding barrels for multi-kills. They also give more time bonus than headshots. I use hip-fire shots for most of my kills because it's accurate and quick. I like to know where my enemies are, and I utilize my mini-map to do so. As you can see, when I climb the ledge, I pull the trigger. It tends to line up with his head pretty good. I did not need to blow up the first barrel, and I missed the guy with the knife entirely. Don't be like me. Remember to utilize your exploding barrels. They will help you immensely throughout time saving and knocking out masses of enemies. For this overview, you can see I took a little detour in the beginning, but I tend to stick to the left and round out the entire map. Remember where your barrels are and headshot when you need to. Up next, we have hipfire kills only. The cool thing about this challenge is you do not have to kill anyone. You just have to hit the laptops and run it back. Remember to keep your ammo up and do not shoot the barrels in this run. Remember, you do not have to kill everyone. I do it just to keep my time up. You could probably get S rank if you try hard enough, but it's not as easy as what I'm about to show you. This is just a disclaimer that stomp kills and throwing knife kills are worth more than anything with a gun. So do utilize those where you can. It helps a lot with saving time and getting S rank. For this one, you can see I don't take the same detour I did in the first challenge. You can, however, you are surrounded by enemies if you do. For the S rank run, I recommend trying to stomp on one of the guys at the beginning. It's just one less body to shoot. As you can see, all I have to do is hit the laptops, but I do utilize aiming down my sights to maximize the barrel accuracy. Do try to use your barrels, like I say. They give you more time bonus than headshots. This final stretch always tends to stress me out because you can see whether you're going to make it or not, but sometimes it's just too close to tell. However, this time we did have a lot of leeway. All I can say about this overview is that it's the same path as before. Utilize what weapons you can and try to hit all the laptops as fast as you can. Remember to hit those barrels and keep your time up. Up next, we have Impolite Dispute. The difference with this challenge is you kill no enemies. It seems pretty straightforward, but you can run into a hiccup at this first tunnel. If you do not lure them towards you, they will die in the explosion, and it does count as your kill. All I can say for the rest of it is you can get stuck on enemies and ledges, so do try to move in a way that will keep you free of that. Try to keep your health up and just be as quick as you can. One thing I have run into is you can accidentally stomp onto an enemy, just like Mario, so do try to avoid that. As you can see, I kind of stick to the right or the left whenever I jump down from an area. It just helps out if you're doing a lot of runs. Another word of advice, do use your knockdown feature. It helps when you're trying to get past enemies and they're blocking your way. I use that throughout a lot of my runs just to be quick. For this overview, it's kind of the same for each different challenge. The only difference with this is you will wait at the tunnel to lure the enemies. Up next, we have use the laptops. You can do whatever you want kill-wise. You just have to hit all the laptops without dying. The best way I found this is just speed through it, just kill everyone you can that's in your way. Use health when you can, utilize your barrels, just do whatever you can to get through. Another word of advice I can give you is I went into the settings and turned on automatic sprint. This helps immensely and you don't have to worry about holding the shift key. Right here you can see I threw a knife at a barrel. This could have been avoided. It pushed me back, it wasted time, and it hurt me immensely. So this is an example of something you shouldn't do just because you can. Right here, watch out for the corner of the tent. You can get caught on it and it'll waste time for you. As I said before, the overview will be similar to the previous run. The only difference is mini detours to hit the laptops, and you do not have to wait for the guys in the cave. For the S rank run, the only thing I can really point out is to make sure you use your barrel kills, stomp kills, and throwing knife kills when you can. You do not have to hit the laptops, so you can just run straight through it. Like I said before in the previous runs, when you're jumping down from a big ledge, you can tend to stomp on an enemy. This has happened only a few times for me, so it's really hard to line up, but you can utilize that to get a better score. If you try to stomp a downed enemy, sometimes it'll make you stop sprinting, so do use that sparingly. Right here you can see I use a throwing knife kill. It's only worth 0.1 second bonus time more, but take everything you can get. For this overview, it's the same as the previous. Like I said before, just utilize those barrel kills and throwing knife kills when you can. Up next, we have starting gun, get Hornet kills. The only downside with this challenge is there are only 4 enemies within range of a hornet's nest, so you have to lure 2 into the hitbox area. As you can see, I utilize throwing my weapon to get 3 stomp kills. On the left up here, you'll see 2 guys walking down the pathway. If you walk to the right, you can lure them into the nest range. On the right side, there's already 2 below it, so just shoot that, and then just clean up from there, and you should be able to get the mission done. This is the same path I will use to get no health run, because if you're quick, you won't need to use any health. I found looking at my run after the fact has helped a lot with planning out how to optimize, so do make sure you're doing that if you really want to perfect this game. It helps immensely. For the S rank run, it's pretty much the same thing. I just try to keep that pistol at the beginning because it's more accurate than the shotgun. You can really pinpoint your headshots. The way I run the S rank route, I tend to leave that one guy at the end. My advice is kill him right away, that way you don't have to look for him and waste those few milliseconds before the hatch. On this overview, you can see I stick to the left side and it pulls all the enemies towards me, so I'm closer to the hatch at the end. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.